The US has announced one of the most significant changes to its international student policy in decades. On the 17th of July, 2026, the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, published its final rule on F-1 student status management, with a tentative effective date of the 15th of September. However, the rule is still subject to congressional review. If the implementation date changes, is delayed, or the rule is withdrawn, DHS will issue another official announcement. There has already been a lot of misinformation online, so let's break down what actually changes. First, the DIS system is going away. In the past, most F-1 students enter the US with DS, duration of status, on their I-94 record. As long as you remained a full-time student, maintained your legal status, and made normal academic progress, you could stay in the US for the duration of your program. Under the new rule, students will instead receive a specific expiration date for their F-1 status when they enter the country. In most cases, that date will match the length of the program listed on the I-20, with a maximum validity that is generally no more than 4 years. But this does not mean you must leave the US after 4 years. If your degree program has not been completed, you can apply for an extension by filing Form I-539 with RCIs before your status expires. Or you can leave the US and re-enter with a new authorization. So for students who complete a typical 4-year bachelor's degree on schedule, the impact is much smaller than many social media posts suggest. Second, the grace period after graduation or opt will be shortened. Currently, F-1 students generally have 60 days after graduation or the end of opt to prepare their next steps. Under the new rule, that grace period will be reduced to 30 days. Remember, this is simply a transition period. During those 30 days, you can prepare to leave the US, transfer to a new academic program, change your immigration status, or make other legal arrangements. It does not allow you to continue working after your employment authorization has ended. Third, transferring schools or changing majors will become more restrictive for undergraduate students and those in lower academic levels. Changing schools or changing your major will generally not be allowed until after completing your first academic year. Graduate students, including master's and PhD students, will face even stricter rules during their program. Transferring schools or changing educational objectives will become much more limited. This means choosing the right school and major before enrolling will become even more important. Fourth, earning a second degree at the same academic level will become more difficult. Under the new rule, if you complete a degree after the 15th of September 2026, you will generally be expected to move to a higher academic level if you want to continue studying on an F-1 visa. The policy is mainly aimed at people who repeatedly enroll in programs at the same or lower degree level, simply to extend their stay in the United States, not students following a normal academic progression. So should you panic? Number the core study pathway for most international students is still in place. Opt has not been eliminated. STEM opt has not been eliminated. The H-1 B cap gap protection has also not been eliminated. If your goal is to complete your bachelor's, master's, or PhD through a normal academic pathway, studying in the US remains a viable option. We've also prepared a detailed guide explaining these new rules. Comment, new rules, and we'll send you the full document.